Quickly get some love for our crew. We had some people step up. I had to put out an announcement because we have, Brian's been in the hospital and some people really stepped up. So I sure appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And Jeffrey, you do some freelance, yeah?
Yeah.
Can you promote yourself real quick?
Sure. So for those watching, even though some of you probably know me on this feed because I've taken classes here, my name is Jeffrey Hack. I am a production/location sound mixer. My other side gig is acting. So I'm loving what Matt is telling you guys all. I started off with acting, then I did sound, and I got my degree in film and media production at ASU in 2019. A lot to say in one sentence.
How do we find you and how do we hire you?
So you can find me on my website, jeffreyhackmedia.com.
Great.
That will be,
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So,
All right.
just making sure mine is on silent. We ask that you do not bring any of any kind into the theater. Coffee, tea, and water are acceptable, because those will not make stains. Please do not leave the theater during a performance. If you must leave, you may not return to the theater. So if you need to make a quick call or you do anything outside, do not come back in because people are performing and the studio door will be locked while scenes are in progress. However, actors who will be performing should enter between scenes and through the main studio door. We are on a tight timetable between scenes, so actors, you guys.
It's the last scene. It's the last scene. You can just.
You are on camera, being recorded, all that fun stuff. So thank you for being a good audience member. Finally,
Okay, here we go. From the play Doubt by John Patrick Shanley. I want you 15 years. And usually what happens is you just more purposeful but slower. There's no need to rush. So even the process, everything will just be slow, proper, but just there's no rush whatsoever.
Good afternoon, sister.
Good afternoon, Sister James. Mr. McGinn pruned this bush, which was the right thing to do, but he neglected to protect it from the frost.
Have we had a frost?
When it comes, it's too late.
You know about gardening?
Good. All right. I don't dislike this. I do dislike my camera angles, though. Can we change? Get you close on her and get you close on her, please. Okay, so just pull out here and come right over here. Okay. Less even. Up and both louder. You didn't grab the room. But really, so you did a great job of slowing down. Your entire everything changed. So it's the same thing when you speak. Now, you must have strength and power, but relaxation. What I caught was, instead of, which was the right thing to do, you said, which was the right thing to do, you added on your eyes. Okay? You must be very disciplined with your face. Very, very disciplined. Which will require you to be very still. So even when you're potting, very slow, when you look, stay, it would be a slow move away. Everything's going to be very under control. Enter again. Boom, your little nun voice. I'm going to go on the other sister when she comes out, and that's where you'll live. Jack, you get me a good two-shot that cuts out the other two cameramen. Enter.
Good afternoon, sister.
Okay, she looked at you. You didn't look back. Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that? Why?
Got nervous.
Okay. Okay, got to be in the scene. So what it is what we did, you and I.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see her, then you'll look away.
Okay.
But if you're, okay, don't be weird. Do it again.
Okay.
Bigger voice. Enter now.
Mr. McGinn pruned this bush, which was the right thing to do, but he neglected to protect it from the frost.
Have we had a frost?
When it comes, it's too late.
You know about gardening?
A little. Where is your class?
The girls are having music.
And the boys?
They are in the rectory.
With Father Flynn.
Yes. He is giving them a talk.
On what subject?
How to be.
No, too much.
Too much.
How to be a man. Say how to be a man, and 10 times louder.
To hear that talk. I do not know how to be a man. I would like to know what's involved.
Stay.
I wouldn't be competent. My vows at the beginning. Before. At the beginning.
Look away. No, she'll look away. You stay. See, you do not lose ever.
Of our order, Blessed Mother Seton was married.
Bring it out of your forehead now.
I've often wondered how she managed so much in one life.
Now, you got to react. Do it again. Amp it up as Sister Aloysius. Don't put it. Don't try with your voice. Don't try to be robotic. Just hit it.
Married. And had 5 children before embarking on her vows.
Good. Say it again, and this time end with you little twit.
Married. And had 5 children before embarking on her vows, you little twit.
So much in one life.
Life, perhaps, is longer than you think. And the dictates, you could at least hide your astonishment.
You little twit.
You little twit.
I didn't know.
Good. Keep that energy. That's the perfect energy, and pot. Do less. Do less. Slow. Yet nowhere to go.
I lost the line.
It's okay. I didn't know. What is she? Great. Stay up. Think. Slow. Don't move your hands. Just be slow. Think. Speak. Everything is you little twit.
One must close the door on secular things. My husband died in the war against.
Remember. Remember the war. Remember his casket.
When one takes on the habit, one must close the door on secular things. My husband.
Really? Excuse me, sister.
I'm not sure I would feel competent to lecture titter girls on the subject of womanhood. I don't come into this garden often.
You sound like a robot.
I don't.
See
I don't.
her. See her. See her. Speak to her.
I don't come into this garden often. What is it? 40 feet across? Covenant here, the rectory there. We might as well be separated by the Atlantic Ocean. I used to potter around out here. But Monsignor Benedict does his reverie at quixotic times.
That little twit.
That little twit.
He's such a twit. Okay, it's great. I need to straighten you more. More. And you can't come out of that no matter what you do. More. Stay right there. Say it again, that last line. Just say it. Just come right up high and say it.
I used to potter around out here.
No, you're moving.
I used to potter around out here. But Monsignor Benedict
You're
does.
moving.
But Monsignor Benedict does his reverie at quixotic times, and we are rightly discouraged from crossing paths with priests unattended. He's 79, but nevertheless.
The Monsignor
Good.
is very...
Do it again. Try not to be so sputtery with your...
Articulate, and so, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so you don't get to pause, though.
Okay.
So the way it comes out is it sounds like this. I'm holding a cup, and I'm going to pick it up now.
Okay.
So those little pauses don't work. So just take a breath.
Okay.
And don't try so hard.
Okay.
Actually, trust that you already have good diction, and I'm talking to the children.
Okay.
Okay, and if you don't, you don't. Oh, good, okay. I see it now. Great. Okay. I want you to tell the story.
I used to potter around out here. But Monsignor Benedict does his reverie at quixotic times, and we are rightly discouraged from crossing paths with priests unattended.
Still sounds effortful. Breathe. Relax.
I used to potter around out here. But Monsignor Benedict does his reverie at quixotic times, and we are rightly discouraged from crossing paths with priests unattended. He's 79, but nevertheless.
The Monsignor is very good, isn't he?
Yes.
Good. So now let's make some contact in a way. All right? We'll talk to each other. When you ask that, what are you asking?
I'm questioning why she thinks he's not like the best person like in the world. Because I look up to the Monsignor because it's my superior, even above her.
Okay. This is part of it. I think you're asking, he's a good man, right? Mm. Like he's good, right? Like we can trust him, right? Mm. Yeah, but he's done. He's losing his mind. So yes, but right? Isn't that the issue here with Monsignor Benedict? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like we're not allowed to cross paths, but this dude's so old. He is kind. He is a good one, yes, but sort of useless. Mm-hmm. That's what we're getting to. So you're questioning in that we're leading to why we're not going to be able to go to him. So it's essential that we understand what you're asking for real.
Okay.
Let's communicate more now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So keep that same energy, but I want you to talk to her. Real voice, really talk to her.
And which part are we coming up from after her line?
Yeah. We can go wherever you want.
Okay. I don't believe he knows who's president of the United States. I mean him no disrespect, of course. It's just that he's otherworldly in the extreme.
Good. Can you amp your voice by 1,000?
Yes.
Do it.
I don't believe he knows who's president of the United States. I mean him no disrespect, of course. It's just that he's otherworldly in the extreme.
Is it that he's innocent, Sister Aloysius?
You have a slyness at work, Sister James.
No. That's so you haven't found her yet. That is an insult, not a compliment.
She insults me with like, I think the way I took it, the second part of the line is be careful of it, and then
Got it.
It shuts
So
me
no,
down.
you just got slapped, and you got to slap her more. Okay. You're bringing things up, saying it in such a way, and she's catching you on it. Mm-hmm. So there should be a lot of this. Is it that he's innocent? You have a slyness about you, Sister James. Be careful of it. Yes, sister. A lot. Okay?
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking away from her after that.
No, not necessarily.
She's the one that
Here's the thing. You have to read her.
Yes.
She smiles, you stand up. Look away, young lady, now. Oh, is that cute? Like, see, I hate that. You have to get control of that.
Sorry.
You must be, and you probably need to improvise, because she doesn't understand the order. Mm-hmm. You're too young. You see, mm-hmm. like Aloysius would notice that, mm-hmm. and you're gonna sit down now. Good. There's an improv that must happen that she understands that her wrist gets slapped. Yeah, this isn't the world you grew up in, young lady. I'm serious. I'm serious as cancer. Because this is why. Because, by the way, there are predators. I'm going to get real deep here so you never laugh again in this scene, because it'll be offensive to kids who get raped. That sucks, right, that I said that? Well, it's true, and you're laughing during the scene. There are predators in every organization, in every discipline. The reason the priests got away with it for so long is because they have their own policing system. They're no better or worse than other predators in other churches or other organizations. But they were able to police themselves. That was the problem. This play is exposing that thing. Whether this priest did it or not, we are left in doubt at the end of the play. However, we did expose the issue. It's the same thing with the military. We don't go to the police. There is no external, it's internal. We deal with it on our own. You, at this moment, have no one internally you can turn to. And you can't turn to anyone externally. It's not an option. They'll just deny it. The police will walk away. It'll be over. You'll get fired. The kids will still get hurt. Understood? You smile again, we've got issues. What you're carrying must be frigging heavy. When a priest says, move, you move, or you get slapped. This is no joke. This is real deal Holyfield stuff. And the time of this play, you must research it, you must look, and you must see what is true. Because you're supposed to play it. And I get real fired up sometimes, and the reason is because I want you to take acting so seriously, and once you do, it becomes awesome because the play becomes better. So when you understand the time period that we're talking about, the fact that there's a black child inside this school who happens to be gay, who happens to be getting abused at home, who happens to be the apple of the priest's eye. This charismatic, awesome, friendly priest. You have a slyness about you, Sister James. Be careful of it. You should at all times, I mean this not to be funny, be ready to shit your pants around her because she is your all everything. You don't get nothing. You got a room and a bed and a Bible and her. And she's cold as ice. And you get on her bad side, you lose the bed. It's like that. That's how it is. It's crazy that she's even in the garden right now. Fun time. You emotional? Good. Use it. Stand up right now. Lay into her like I did because that's what she would do. Why? Because I love you so much that I won't let you not do a good job as an actress because I know what you're capable of. And that's how you feel about her as a teacher. The kids are not supposed to like you. They're supposed to respect you, you idiot. And she's crying, and that's good. Good. You need to cry. You must. But never show the kids your tears. Got it? Good. Begin.
You have a slyness at work, Sister James. Be careful of it. How is your class? How is Donald Muller?
He is 13th in class.
I know. That's sufficient. Is he being accepted?
He has no friends.
Cry. Breathe into it. Breathe into it. Breathe into what you know is true and what I said, and breathe into your heart and be vulnerable. Breathe and cry and speak. Go now.
He has no friends.
That would be a lot to expect after only 2 months. Has anyone hit him?
No.
Someone will. And when it happens, send them right down to me.
I'm not so sure anyone will.
Stand up and look at her. Teach her a lesson. What she doesn't know, she doesn't know.
There is a statue of St. Patrick on one side of the church altar and a statue of St. Anthony on the other. This parish serves Irish and Italian families. Someone will hit Donald Muller.
He has a protector.
Who?
Father Flynn.
Go sit down and get your cool.
Of all the children, Donald Muller. I suppose it makes sense.
How does it make sense?
You'll sit if she gives you permission to sit, young lady. Go fourth wall. Find something to look at, look down, look wherever you want.
How does it make sense?
He's isolated. The little sheep lagging behind is the one the wolf goes for.
Good. Be more specific with your diction. Do it again.
He's isolated. The little sheep lagging behind is the one the wolf goes for.
But I don't know that anything is wrong.
Our first Negro student. I thought there would be fighting, a parent or two to deal with. I should have foreseen this possibility.
How could you have imagined it?
It is my job to outshine the fox in cleverness. That is my job.
But maybe it's nothing.
Then why do you look as if you've seen the devil?
Yep. Feel.
It's just... The way the boy acted when he got
Then
back.
look to the rectory. Breathe and feel. Look to where the boys are. Put your eyes out there. Remember the look on the boy's face, because you'll never forget the look. Breathe, feel.
It was his expression. He looked frightened,
Stay out, stay out.
and he put his head on the desk in the most peculiar way. And one other thing. I think there was alcohol on his breath. There was alcohol on his breath.
"8 years ago, at St. Boniface,
Go fourth wall.
we had a priest that had to be stopped. But then I had Monsignor Scully, whom I could rely on.
Don't be choppy. Start again. Start again. Just remember, speak. Right now, you're strategizing. You're dealing with all the information. Let it come out smooth.
8 years ago, at St. Boniface, we had a priest that had to be stopped. But then I had Monsignor Scully, who I could rely on. Here, there is no man I can turn to, and men run everything."
Too casual. See, all that dancing around, stop it.
Yeah.
I think it's because you don't know the line as well.
I'm trying not to be choppy.
Okay, well then just get through it.
Yeah.
Stop,
Okay.
stop stopping.
Okay.
Stand still, head on a swivel. You can't move. Go.
8 years ago at St. Boniface, we had a priest that had to be stopped. But then I had Monsignor Scully, who I could rely on. Here, there is no man I can turn to.
So you're pushing that.
There is no man I can turn to. And
Here,
men,
there is no man I can turn to.
There
It
is-
has nothing to do with men. She's not anti-men. Remember, she's been married. She
Yeah.
loves men. Men are great. It's these men are incompetent. There's no man she can turn to.
Got it.
Okay.
Different.
Bring it out of your face. You're not being snotty or snooty or whatever. You're processing from strength. Telling the story. You're almost like speaking an inner monologue, trying to figure out. So I've dealt with this before at another parish. When I was there, though, I had someone I could trust. Now, there is no one I can trust. Unfortunately, and this is not the way I prefer to do it, but unfortunately, we will have to be the ones to take matters into our own hands, as it turns out. That's what she's saying. It's not choppy because it doesn't need to be choppy. There's no reason. She's just acknowledging truths. And it gives us a backstory that she knows what she's talking about.
8 years ago at St. Boniface, we had a priest that had to be stopped.
Good, take it out of your face. Do it again.
8 years ago at St. Boniface, we had a priest that had to be stopped. But then I had Monsignor Scully, whom I could rely on. Here, there is no man I can turn to, and men run everything. We're going to have to stop him ourselves.
Can't you just report your suspicions?
To Monsignor Ben.
So the movement's distracting.
Yeah, but I feel like I should be looking at her, and I don't know how to get there.
Okay, well, you don't have to look at her.
Okay,
But if you do, wait,
wait.
right? But the awkwardness there is something Sister Aloysius would never do.
Right.
And why do you have to look at her? Why? Do you not know how she feels? You do, right? Mm-hmm. She needs strength. She needs to see a leader. She needs to be led. That's power. You hold, you let her come to you. Ask her again from there. Don't move unless you have to.
can't you just report your suspicions?
To Monsignor Benedict? The man is guileless. He would just ask Father Flynn.
Well, would that be such a bad idea?
And he would believe whatever Father Flynn told him and would think the matter settled.
But maybe that is all that needs to be done. If it were true, if I had done something awful and I were confronted with it, I'd
Good.
be so repentant.
That's the time. That's the time, and you're going to move forward.
Do you want
Forward.
Okay.
Say it. On the line. Say it. If it were me. Go.
If I had done something awful and I were confronted with it, I'd be so repentant.
Sister James, my dear, you have to imagine a very different kind of person than yourself. A man who would do this has already denied a great deal. If I tell the Monsignor and he is satisfied with Father Flynn's rebuttal, the matter is suppressed.
Well, then tell the bishop.
The hierarchy of the church does not permit me going to the bishop. No.
Breathe, both of you. Connect. So we're getting out of the reality. It's the, you have to live in the emotion. Stop trying to play the lines. Live the truth. Communicate.
The hierarchy of the church does not permit me going to the bishop. No. Once I tell the Monsignor, it's out of my hands.
Are you playing a voice or not?
A voice?
Yeah. Are you adding anything on? Have you created a character of sorts?
Maybe.
Okay. Try to really explain this to her and lose everything other than her understanding. Even lose the everything, like the voice, lose it all. I just want to hear how your voice sounds. Help her understand this point the way I helped her understand something earlier, but speak to her eyes.
The hierarchy of the church does not permit me going to the bishop.
Is that how you explain it?
Yes.
Okay. Tell her what you mean by that. So instead of the line, explain this to her.
I cannot go outside the chain of command. I cannot go outside. I cannot talk to the bishop. I have to go through Monsignor Benedict first.
Good. Keep going. Improvise the lines and substitute improv for the same meaning. Respond.
Then what is to be done?
I don't know.
You'll know what to do.
I don't know what to do. There are parameters that protect him and hinder me.
He cannot be safe if it is established. I doubt he could recover from the shame.
What have you seen?
I don't know.
What have you seen?
He took Donald to the rectory.
What for?
A talk?
Alone?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. It never occurred to me that there could be anything wrong.
I totally lost my line.
It's okay. Good job. All right. What we just did, which really got us someplace, I'd like to continue doing. So for the class's sake, that move I just made is something that you can and should bring into rehearsal. which is called substitution. When I have to fight for what to say to replace the words because I'm not allowed to say these words, it forces me to think. Your character must think, but we have a hard time with that because we already know. Once we're forced to think and find what to say, it actually comes out natural because I haven't rehearsed it. Sometimes it's that rehearsal that gets us into the patterns of speaking, and they're hard to unbreak sometimes. If you memorize with emotion or with a certain pattern or whatever, then I can't get out of it. And that's, I think, maybe part of what I was hearing. I'm not sure. But let me help you find the line here. So, to the rectory, what for? A talk, alone, yes, when, a week ago. Are you past that?
Yes.
Ah, yes, okay.
Well, then tell the bishop. That's where I left off.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is.
The hierarchy.
No, it was. It was. I told you to come to me, but I hoped you never would. That's the next line.
Then we're mixed up somehow.
No, yeah, that's the beginning part. That's before.
So there's this line here. The hierarchy of the church does not permit me going to the bishop. No. Once I tell the monsignors, out of my hands, I'm helpless. I'm going to have to come up with a pretext, get Father Flynn into my office, try to force it. You'll have to be there.
Okay, sorry, that was his line.
Which is, I mean, your nightmare.
Okay.
This is, I'm going to confront your father about his alcoholism. I'll wait till he comes home from the bar. I'll need you to be there. Nah, I'm not, no thanks. No, please, God. Okay? Because that's, I mean, danger zone. Yeah. Big time danger zone. Okay. Go ahead, let's pick it up from there. Well, then tell the bishop.
Well, then tell the bishop.
The hierarchy of the church does not permit me going to the bishop. No. Once I tell Monsignor Benedict, it's out of my hands. I'm helpless. I'm going to come up with a pretext. Get Father Flynn into my office. Try to force it. You will have to be there.
Good. So I want to talk about your instincts because they're right. You hesitated for a second. Your instincts are good. Your next step as an actress is to follow them. Your instinct was to go away. Go away. Okay? This is a great spot to be. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid to live here. I'll have to get him to the office. You'll have to be there. You don't need to look at her. And if you look at her, you're giving away the fact that she's not going to like it.
Asking for permission almost.
That's right.
Yes,
Forget that.
Got it. Okay.
You're in charge.
Okay.
Say it.
The hierarchy of the church does not permit me going to the bishop. No. Once I tell the Monsignor, the matter is out of my hands.
You're still explaining too much to her.
I'm helpless.
Just start over. Just get away from her. She doesn't need your permission.
The hierarchy of the church does not permit me going to the bishop. No. Once I tell the Monsignor, the matter is out of my hands. I'm helpless. I'm going to come up with a pretext. Get Father Flynn into my office on an unrelated matter. You will be there.
Me?
That's not it. You'll have to be
You'll
there.
have to be there.
You see.
It's
you're-
different.
It's way different.
Way different.
You'll have to be there.
Yeah, there's two lines the same.
It's not angry.
Right.
You'll have to be there. This
You'll
is
have to be
facts.
there. You'll have to be there.
Me? No, oh no, why, sister? I couldn't.
Okay, so it's me, question mark,
No.
exclamation point.
Why?
Why, question mark, oh no, comma, sister, exclamation point, I couldn't, exclamation point.
Okay.
So when I said danger, 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 the worst thing I mean, it's the worst.
Yeah.
You'll have to be there. What? I told you in confidence. You said come to you, I came to you, I trusted you. No, I'm not in the room. I didn't sign up for that. Guess what? Grow up. Grow up. It's time. You'll have to be there.
You'll have to be there.
Me? No, why? No, oh no, sister, I couldn't.
Go, 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 go. Oh, I can't be closeted.
I can't be closeted alone with another priest. I can't be closeted alone with a priest. Another sister must be in attendance, and it has to be you. The circle of confidence mustn't be made any wider. Think of the boy if this gets out.
I can't do it.
Why not? You're squeamish?
Yeah, good.
No.
So your instinct again is right and late.
And what? And late.
And late. So why do you turn? Because you have to, you're right.
Yes.
But why?
Because I want an answer from her.
No. It's because of why I got mad. Sister, I can't. Why? Why can't you save a child? Really? Really? You can't be in the room? Think about what I'm sacrificing. I'm sorry this is hard for you. I'm sorry. I don't want this either. But yes, you have to be there. Or what? Or we stand by and let it happen. It's serious. So you turn, and the thing is now, it gives you a reason to move to where you want to be anyway.
For the next.
But it's emotion.
Okay.
It's you carry the emotion, you got to know the why behind it. She's pleading, but she's pleading like a little girl, and we're talking about grown-up stuff.
Why not? You're squeamish?
No, that's so weak.
You're squeamish.
You're damn right. Yeah, bring her down there. Live there always.
Why not? You're squeamish?
You're squeamish.
You're
it's like this is your reason.
Right.
It's not. You're not
Got
really
it.
asking her. It's not a question. Look at her like she's the bad guy, because in this moment she is.
Why not?
No,
No.
weak.
Why not? You're squeamish?
No, I'm not equipped. I'd be embarrassed. I couldn't possibly be present if the topic were spoken of.
Oh, please, sister. Do not indulge yourself on witless adolescent scruples. I assure you I prefer a much more seasoned confederate. Besides, you are the one who came to me.
You told me to.
Would you rather leave the boy to be exploited? And don't think this is the only story. If you close your eyes, you will be party to all that comes after.
Let yourself get emotional.
You're supposed to tell the Monsignor.
Both of you.
Bet you saw a look in a boy's eyes? That perhaps you smelled something on his breath? Monsignor Benedict thinks the sun rises and sets on Father Flynn. If I tell the Monsignor, you'll be branded an hysteric and transferred.
We can ask him.
Who?
The boy. Donald Muller.
He'd deny it.
Why?
Shame.
You can't know that.
And if he does point the finger, how do you think that would be received in this community? A black child.
Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring your voice down.
I'm going to think this through. I'm going to invite Father Flynn to my office on an unrelated matter. You will be there.
But what good can I do?
Aside from the unacceptability of a nun and priest being alone, I need a witness.
To what?
He may tell the truth and lie afterwards.
The boys are coming from the rectory.
Look, see the boys. We've picked two different spots for the boys.
I was gonna say.
Rectory.
So the boys are over here, right?
Yeah, they were.
they're-
Oh, they're over there.
Well, they were over here, but halfway through we switched, so I figured
okay,
we'd
okay.
stick it over there. All right.
Are we at the end?
Yes.
Okay, go
Almost.
ahead. Finish it.
The boys are coming from the rectory. They look happy enough.
They look smug, like they have a secret.
There he is.
If I could, Sister James, I would certainly choose to live in innocence. But innocence can only be wisdom in a world without evil. Situations arise, and we are confronted with wrongdoing and the need to act.
I have to take the boys to class now.
Go on. Take them. I will be talking
so
to
you.
you.
Don't
Yeah,
get yourself
yeah,
off balance.
yeah. Go on then. Take them. I will be talking to you.
Okay, scene. Good. Can we grab them a couple chairs?
Oh, yikes.
Here we go. Hey. How you doing? Talk to me.
I'm an emotional.
You're an emotional. Yeah, tell me. What's happening?
This craft requires you to dig deep.
Very. And?
I'm only this much there.
Mm-hmm. And how does that feel?
Like I have work to do.
Mm-hmm. Why are you emotional?
Because I love it. I know it's like sadistic, but I love it.
Of course.
I love the direction. I love the redirection. I love the complexity. I love the character. I love the opportunity to bring this character to life. It's just passion.
Yeah. Good. And you work hard. You work hard. And now we're going to continue, but we want to make sure we're always working in the right direction. And this is like a level up already for you. What happens is, I'm going to warn everybody, I will ruin theater for you. I will ruin movies because your standard of perfection, your standard of excellence has been risen, and you'll start to hear what I hear, which is the fakeness, and it will start to sound like nails on a chalkboard to you. and it becomes repulsive, and it's hard to watch and participate, because then afterward you have to give the platitude of, hey, oh, you were so good, which you know is not true, and then it becomes like this weirdness. But what you can do is you can infiltrate the theater community from the inside out, and you can help lift everybody by grounding the play in something that's truthful and that's serious. And it's like, I don't do the work for me. I'm not memorized because of me. I'm memorized because of the children who this play is speaking about. And then everyone around you is going to go, oh, I guess I better do my work. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Because we're not just saying the lines and kind of getting them kind of right. We have a job to do. You're right for this part, and you're right that you're only this far in to where it needs to be. And it's not like I'd like it, it needs to be that good. Sister Aloysius is one of the most dynamic characters ever written. In my opinion, my personal opinion, Cherry Jones acted circles around Meryl Streep, who did the movie. Circles. It is deep and complex, and it's like, the best way I can describe this is I had two grandmas that were both alive when I was growing up. I had fast grandma, and I had my tickies grandma. And one grandma would give me tickies, and she loved me, and my other grandma was tough. And I really remember the tough love fondly now. That's what she is. She is loving to the highest degree, which makes her delightful, makes all of her little curt comments and things funny, not somebody that we dislike, actually. It's not like we want to be in her shoes, because we wouldn't, but we understand she needs the lessons. That's the difference. So it becomes this, like, it's very fun almost to watch this character grow up, because she grows up in the play. She has to, and it's sad. It's sad. I used this example yesterday, I'll use it again today. The idea of a child is innocent when they're born, until they're abused, until the world gets to them, until the world exposes itself to them, and it will at some point. It has all of us. And as a parent, at a certain age, you have to teach your child that, oh, you're naked. You must put clothes on. Why? Unfortunately, I have to teach you because I can't, because I don't trust the world. It doesn't matter because you are innocent, but they're not. So put your clothes on. It sucks. It sucks sucking the innocence out of a child, but you have to. It's your job, right? And so you're doing that to her. Because you love her. And you wish you didn't have to. You wish it didn't have to be a rip of a Band-Aid. It'd be nice if you could suck out her innocence over 5 years, but you got to do it over 2 weeks. That sucks. It's a big job. What else?
As far as lessons, or just
I don't know. Anything you want to say?
I struggled with the diction and not make. I take things very literally when you say them.
Mm-hmm.
So I really worked hard on those syllables, and I think it didn't land right. So something definitely to work on.
So great. So you didn't get critiqued on that. So give yourself a pat on the back.
Okay.
I did that. Same thing. I did that for Larry's class. I said to myself, okay, well, I've heard that this bothers him, so I'll make sure I've got a powerful voice and I use all my diction. And he ripped me to shreds, but he did not critique those two things. So I was like, okay. And guess what? I have earned a powerful voice. I have it. And that's because I worked my tail off to have a voice that I can boom on command anytime. And so you've done that, so great. Having said that, I want to just share with the world, and you specifically, take whatever I say always with a grain of salt. Because I'm trying my best in the moment to fix whatever thing is in the moment. And sometimes I'm having to even go backwards before I can go forward, depending on whatever I'm working on. So you take it, but at the end of the day, you do all the work so that you can let go in the moment.
Right.
Right? So when we get there, it's got to be like, I'm living this, and I'm not trying to not get in trouble for whatever, or it's got to be like, okay, now I let it go.
One other thing I worked on from yesterday to today was really getting into the thought of what she was saying and why she was saying it. And I think the diction part got in the way of that a little bit. I was really worried about that.
Right.
And then I was telling, I think it was James, that I just learned what subtext was. So I did a little reading on that last night.
Yeah, good.
And
you're just starting out, and I
Yeah.
kind of give little lessons as we go, and I've got exercises. You'll get some of these in class too, in the regular class on the in-between. But you want to take all of that and realize it's a never-ending process. I'm still learning new stuff. So it's a never-ending process of, I take this and I learn it. And once you have it, it's like, okay, now let me practice it. The two of you need to improvise as characters. What was it like her first day? She shows up, you know? Like, that's an interesting thing to explore. There's a whole life outside of the play that you can discover. The decision you made to become a nun, when, how to go about, etc. Improvising the last incident. Improvising all kinds of different things. Like, you can find all these things. And then research. Going back to the date, the church, knowing the hierarchy of the church, understanding the reality of what they really are living through. Studying the abuse, unfortunately. Understanding of what we're really talking about. Because when you do that, it brings this level of seriousness, and only from the seriousness do we get the comedy. Believe it or not, this is very funny. This scene is very funny. All the way till the end. It's the reaction the two of you have is actually hilarious. We didn't even touch the comedy. Can you see the comedy in scene 2? The first interaction?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. About the president and performing and the history. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the two of you. It's the Jekyll and Hyde, right?
Yes.
That's what's funny. It's her not knowing, but you're not trying to be funny. You're not trying to be cute. That's the thing you were missing. So you were playing it cute. Like, no, you literally are innocent. You don't know. So we watch your character figure it out. And the way you transformed when I got in your face, because you're a beautiful woman who does care, when I got in your face and told you about it, you transformed immediately. And it was sad, for real, for me to do that to you. But I did it for your best interest. And I was like, yes, you care, now use it. Then from there, you react to her, not in a you're being funny way, but in a you're trying your best. Well, I mean, because you're confused. Well, but then the kids wouldn't like me. Well, yeah, that's the point. They're not supposed to like you. But it's just, get out. I'm done, I can't. Where are you at, young lady?
Feel good. Feel really good. Can't say I've ever been yelled at that intently in my face, so it was very... Ever?
All
I
right.
think so.
Sorry about that.
No, I liked it.
And you're welcome.
Thank you.
I liked it.
I liked it because, like, that's a new experience, you know.
Well, here's what it needs to be is real and guttural. You know, and I wasn't coming at you, but I was using the power of my instrument to feel all my feelings about the subject. Because I guarantee you, someone messes with one of my children, I'm done teaching because I'm in jail. I promise you that. And that's, I'm just telling you, I don't have a break. I'm gonna come after you. I think that anyone who does something to a child needs to be put away. There's no excuse. So I took all the seriousness that I felt and I tried to help you feel it. I wasn't yelling at you.
I understand.
But and that's why you didn't get hurt, but you could feel the reality of what's happening. Mm-hmm. And what stinks is how serious this play is, that you have to go there. Mm-hmm. But you have to. Or you should do a different scene, you know? But if you're doing this scene, it's like, man, I got to go into the weeds here. And these weeds are deep. All right, besides the fact I yelled at you, what else?
I think it was an incredible experience. Robyn is an amazing partner. When we first started working on it, we just were trying to figure out what to do, and then it finally started clicking. The more we rehearsed, the more personable it became. We connected more, and I haven't yet felt that with a partner. Probably because I haven't spent so much time, but it also it brought into a new perspective. You can really connect with someone just in a weird little instant, and I just really excited that I got to work with her.
Yeah, and hopefully you get to keep working with her. And how beautiful is it too to bring two different generations together and learn from each other and love each other and respect each other and grow together. Really. It's one of the powers of the studio. It's one of the things that we do and we're very proud of, is the fact that we bring people together and we don't see anything. We don't see age or race or anything. We bring people together and we're like, here is an even playing field, but we require truth. We demand it. How did it, I know you probably weren't emotional before in rehearsals.
I think there was one rehearsal where I did start crying, but...
Was it real?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you must live in the place of that emotional reality.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that you're crying. It means that it's real. Mm-hmm. When it's real, you'll feel how important all the words are that you're saying. And as it comes out, the emotions will come, including embarrassment. And when you're embarrassed, sometimes it's funny because you're innocent and we know but you don't know, and it's that's the dynamic of these characters.
I think that was one thing that we struggled with, is because you teach us to listen, and so I was looking, so much of my character looked away, and I wanted to, I guess I go by her voice, but I didn't look at her face. It was just very interesting to work through all that.
Yeah.
Being new to the arena here.
Good. So stop listening with your eyes.
Oh.
You can and you should, but it's only one way. You can listen to the feeling of a room. You can listen to your gut. You can listen to the Holy Spirit. You can definitely listen to voice. You can listen to footsteps. You can listen to the fact that the person didn't look up, or they did. And all of that matters. So you understand that there are times when I need the other character to be able to see me. And if I'm looking at them, they're probably going to need to look away. That's this eye contact thing that gets complicated. Mm-hmm. But you have to realize that when we know each other, we don't often stare at each other.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
So you're in the car talking. You're standing next to someone doing the dishes, talking. You're hanging out on the couch, talking. Sometimes you look, sometimes you check in, sometimes you whatever, but you can have full conversations with someone you love and their head's in your lap, and you're talking to them and stroking their hair, and they're talking to you and their eyes are closed, and you can go through all kinds of things. And then something might come up and that person might open their eyes and look up, to which you smile and pat them on the cheek, and then we keep talking. And there's a lot of listening happening. Mm. And if you were to say something, let's say to a child in that position, and you're stroking their hair and loving them, and then you say, yeah, and maybe tomorrow we'll drop you off at, Jeffy's house. And the child, you feel under your fingertips tension. Or we don't have to go there. Everything okay? Maybe something's happening at Jeffy's house because I'm listening to the body that did something, right? Like that's what she notices. In the very beginning, she says, I saw him touch his hand and I saw him pull away. It's not evidence. It's evidence if you know.
If you have a heightened state of awareness.
Yes. And if you've seen it before.
Which she has.
Which she has, yes. Yes. There's a level of trust and there's a level of distrust. Now, to be fair, we don't know Flynn did it. And I'll till the end of my time, I will tell you, I don't think, I've studied it backwards, forwards, every way. I don't believe the playwright tells you, and I don't think you're supposed to know. In fact, the way that child pulled away could come from abuse from someone else. It's very possible. And that child acts out. It's very possible. When I played Flynn, I made the choice personally that I had done something at the previous parish, but I hadn't done this thing. I really did care about that boy, and I really was trying to help him, but I also really did have skeleton in my closet. So I was able to be truthful that I didn't do it, but also really guilty, and that was my choice that I made. But I think it's open to the director and the actor to make those choices, and I believe when it's done properly, the director and actor don't tell the other two actors so that you don't get to know. Fun, right? Any last thoughts here?
I love being a beginner. It's a great experience.
Good.
And I appreciate her. She had a big schedule and she made a lot of time that she didn't have, and so I appreciate you.
Thank you, Robyn.
Yes, and I'm very fond of you, young one.
Thank you.
You know that. Very proud of you. She's one of my go-tos if I need help. I call her because I know I can trust her, and I know she shows up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I know you feel the way I do, right? Mm-hmm. If you needed to well up anger to save a child, you would, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that concludes our final scene of MasterClass here. We will see you next time. All right, that's our bubble. We're out of the bubble.